thinking about it. He's thinking, hey, and he's got it. There we are, nice. Yeah, don't come out. Even caught me by surprise, that one. Good morning, guys. Right, what are we going to feed him? Oh God, what have I got? I haven't got much. They're only small, so we do 2 small-ish rats into this tub. Let's quickly do that. Here we are. Only 2 little ones. Large rats, but the weight is much lower than the guinea pigs and the rabbits. Let's bring those indoors and get them defrosted, and then they'll be ready this evening. Back home after a busy day at work. These rats are nicely defrosted, but they're still a bit cold. Water in there. That's 2 of those. I was thinking earlier, leaving these rats defrosting in a tub during the day while I was at work was obviously helpful, so now they'll be defrosted a lot quicker than normally. But what I should have done was wrap them in a bag, left them sealed in a bag to come up to temperature and defrost slowly, just to prevent the attraction of flies. Luckily I've got away with it because it's freezing cold outside, but if I'd tried to defrost them during the summer, I'm sure that smell would have attracted flies, and not the best thing. So yeah, I'll wrap them in bags in future. Hopefully it's going to mean I'll be able to get them in the Viv much quicker. So before I carry on with sorting out Duse and give him a feed tonight, I just had to do an impromptu clean on the aquarium. There were some bubbles appearing on the surface. It looked a bit dirty. I think it was a plant in the background and was breaking down and just releasing bits of plant matter everywhere. Had a closer inspection and the whole tank just went an absolute mess. I've just been in there netting it all out, wafting all round the rocks and the wood to get it all out. The filter will do the rest, and they've just topped the tank back up. So it's not actually looking too bad now. It's starting to clear, which is good. But literally, you can see the mistiness there. It's looking very misty. It went black. So I had plant growing out of that gap in the back there. And I said it was all breaking down. It just wasn't taking. So I've just removed that. That's gone in the bin. And I've just had to woof the water around, swirl the water around quite a bit. All in this area, all in this area, all around here. It was all built up around here. Clouds of bits of plants and stuff just went everywhere. So good to get it clean, get it sorted out. Unfortunately, I didn't get the camera out quick enough because I prioritised cracking on with the tank. Sometimes the animal comes first, and with a fish tank, the environment is what the fish obviously require. Fish are only as good as the water that they're in. They're looking happy as Larry, aren't they? Look at the colours on them. But yeah, bit of an impromptu clean. Just been in there netting it all out, giving it a good tidy up. How about we wander over to this little dude? There's Loki set up at the moment. Haven't done much in here recently, barring just cutting the plants back. Keep them away from the heat element so I don't get anything burning. He's under his log in his normal favourite spot. This, I think it's trade scanthia that I planted in here. I think there's another video a while ago when I did a bit of maintenance on his enclosure, and that has really taken well. The bit of pothos that I put in that corner did not, so we won't worry about it. There's the hole that I made in the back to try and support it, but that didn't take. The root is still down there, but I just had to cut it all down. But yeah, trade scanthia is doing marvellous. Not much else to show really in there. Little jungle in the living room. Right, let's crack on with Duse. First of all, I need to unwrap him. There he is. And, as I suspected, he shed his skin. We'll get that out of there. So he is looking so much brighter than he was. His colours have just bounced. And I think he's fast asleep, because he hasn't moved. Let's carefully get that shed out. I don't want him to get cold out here. Although he's nice and toasty, I can feel the heat coming off of the vivarium. It's nice and warm. That's all clean and tidy in there from my last clean out. You get that skin out, and then we'll get the fresh rats in there for him. Got a couple for him today. Okay, let's quickly get that out. Are you awake? Yep, his eyes just moved, so that's a good sign. I know. It's your food. Back you go. Come on. Good boy. Back you go. Oh, it is nice and toasty in there. My hand's coming in. I do not want to be mistaken for food. So You know what that means? Yeah. You know what that means. Oh, God. Well, at least you've made a nice neat pile. Heat coming out. Poo bag. Again. Duse. That's it. You stay there. Good boy. Good. That's everything in there. No. Oh, that's annoying. Get his light back on, right? There we are. That was the timer, just turning his light off, so I'll plug that back in while I'm doing this. Skin out into a poo bag, which is very handy. Get rid of that. Let's give him a feed and leave him to it. I don't want him getting too cold. Right, where's his head at? Oh, he's down there. What's that, Duse? You hungry? You want? Come and grab one. And that will heat out. Here we go. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. He's thinking about it. And he's got it. There we are. Nice. Yeah, don't come out. Even caught me by surprise, that one. Like a loaded spring, isn't he? Oh, poor little thing. Because I warm them up with warm water, I just dry them before I put them in there. But it's not so bad because he's got no substrate in there. It's not going to get covered and stuff, but just give it a quick dry off. He's busy with that one. Not going to take any chances. I shall hold that in the tongs. I think, let's see if I can just push that. He's just going to be focused on that one. You shove that one in, and then do that. We have 2 meals tonight. 2 little rats. Well, they're 2 large rats, but for the size he is, because you'll be getting a monthly feed, I think he requires that. And then I'll be getting more of the guinea pigs, more of the rats. Right, that's like that. You get these little reminders of how big your pet snake is. And it's funny, sometimes I look at him and I think he looks really quite small. Not tonight. It looks like he's filling out that new skin already. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching, as always. I will be following up with a mite treatment, as I said in one of the other videos. I've still got the tourist mites I'm going to go in once they're available. And then I've got some chemical treatment as well. So we'll do some mite treatment, although I can't see any mites on him at the moment. Hopefully with him shedding his skin has removed a load, which is good. But to be safe and to not have infestations of mites, we're going to hit it double with tourist mites and then a mite treatment. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. One little rat. You big lump. I got the feeling he's going to take his time tonight. Look at those colours. Very nice.